expose the person being tested to anything, and vice versa. So fit testers should practice good hand hygiene between test subjects, as well as they should use respiratory protection themselves, because they may be need to be in close proximity to the person being fit tested. So I hope that answers some of the questions that you all have regarding elastomeric face piece respirators and the fit testing cleaning procedures. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us in Safety and Health Department, and someone will be happy to assist you. Our number is 202-624-6960. Thanks again for having me.
Additionally, I spoke to Rick Middleton, director of the Teamsters Passenger Transportation Division, about how these essential workers are holding up during this challenging time.
We're joined today by Rick Middleton, who is the director of the Teamsters Passenger Transportation Division. Director Middleton, thank you for joining us.
Thank you. It's great to be able to talk.
All right, fantastic. Well, to get started, how are workers in your division being affected by the pandemic?
Well, that's interesting. You'd think it'd be pretty common throughout the country. What's happening with drivers in California should be happening with drivers in New York or Arkansas or Illinois. But it's different all throughout with different school districts and how they're being paid. Some didn't want to pay. We've been in negotiations almost on a daily basis to secure their pay, their daily guarantee, and in some cases a little more. Some people came up with the hazardous $2 an hour more pay, others didn't. But we're securing that and making sure that the drivers, when there is work, and most of it is food distribution to different locations for the kids, we've still got to feed the kids, and so there's a lot of that transport of food around. But it's going fairly well throughout the country. We've had a few exceptions, and we got those corrected pretty good. Of course, nobody wants the media involved. You know, they want the worst case scenarios. And we've kept them pretty well protected. One of our locations, unfortunately, two of our members contracted the COVID and were put on ventilators and unfortunately passed away. But we're trying to help those families whatever way we can here in California. And throughout the country, I have my daily conference call every Tuesday morning, 9 o'clock East Coast time, 6 o'clock West Coast time. And the reps, we share what's happening in all different areas of the country.
Okay. Well, you mentioned, it's sort of a different situation, it sounds like, from location to location. But what are the Teamsters doing to help members in maybe more affected areas get through this?
In the more affected areas, what we've done is gone out and purchased masks, hand sanitizers, emphasize the distance, keeping your 6-foot distance. And it's kind of troublesome in some locations where the members say, hey, I don't have to, and what have you. And I just make a comment like, why would you do that to your family? And then, boom, it sinks in. It's not just them. It's more than them. And you take that home to your family, and then we've got serious problems. Not that them catching it wouldn't be a serious problem, but we're trying to do that, educate them, trying to secure contracts. We're still in negotiations using Zoom and conference calls and trying to keep things moving, because really summertime's coming and they have the summer break, where in a lot of cases we negotiate over the summer and vote them right back when they go to school. It's going to take a little longer, but we're continuing that process and assuring the members that, we're going to secure the best contracts we can get them, even in light of all the companies crying poverty, losing money. And that stems from the districts. I'm sure they're at their wits' end where they're going to come up with the money to transport kids. But that's what we're doing on a daily basis. And it's almost every day I'm on a call with one of the reps around the country as to what's happening there, especially in Chicago. A lot of negotiations going on there with Jim Glimko and up with Tony Lepore, who just secured a great contract up in the eastern part of the country. And Jim Sherling down in Florida is in negotiations as we speak. We're here at 572. Tracy Smith and myself are in negotiations, and Stacy up in San Francisco, Oakland Bay area, is in discussions with the companies up there. So we've got them going across the country. So that's how we're helping our members throughout the Teamsters organization.
All right. Well, then, just finally, what do you think the future holds for the division? And I guess especially, obviously it seems not maybe every school district is sure what they're going to be doing in the fall. Is that making it even more challenging? What does it look like from your perspective?
From my perspective, and with what I've read and the regulations or restrictions or rules that we're going to have to play by going back and opening up these schools and the school bus system is going to be quite extensive from what I'm understanding. We're going to have conversations with our different companies, First Student, Durham, STA, and the store transportation. What I've read is some cities want one child per seat, skip every other seat. Well, if you think about it, you have a 49 pack. Well, 49 pack is 49 kids on a bus. If you're only going to have one kid per seat, now you've only got, let's say, 20 on the bus. Okay, where are you going to get the extra buses? Where are you going to employ the extra drivers? I'm sure there'll be a lot available to us now with the unemployment the way it is. But a bus and a driver is roughly right around $85,000. If we're strapped for money right now, it's going to be even worse. So we're trying to talk that through. I don't think anybody has the crystal ball how this is going to work, and hopefully, having the kids wear masks. What do you do if one refuses? There's just all sorts of new rules that are coming in. And children, to keep them 6 feet apart from their friends, and they don't understand. We're talking 6, 7, 8-year-olds being transported. And then on top of that, the special needs children, that even gets more critical because we do have to assist them getting on the buses and off the buses. And how do we do that? Do you have full PPE head to toe for that driver? I mean, that's about the safest way, because you're going to physically have to help that child on the bus and off the bus. So it's going to be challenging for everybody. That's why we hold the conference call once a week, every Tuesday morning, and we discuss this. We're getting into that phase of it now, but I don't relish the idea of having to go through this, because I hope we don't miss anything is my problem. I don't want a breakout because, okay, we should have thought of this, and you can't think of everything. Everybody, the more people that participate in this, great, because we're trying to cover everything. But it's going to be challenging, and Teamsters will be up for it. I think we've delivered on every request from school districts or employers for help, and some take it, some don't. Unfortunately, the ones that don't, we see some issues and trying to resolve them. But the Teamsters will pull through. We always do.
Okay. Well, Director Middleton, thank you very much for your time today and for your insight. I think that certainly folks who work within the division maybe got a better lay of the land of where things are. And we'd love to hear, have you come back if there are changes in the next few months. But thank you for your time again, sir.
Thank you very much, and thank you for having this podcast and getting it out to the Teamsters so they can hear what's going on in the country. Thank you very much.
We will check in with what's going on with workers in other industry divisions in future episodes.
More than 1 million Teamsters are considered essential workers, doing jobs that are needed by the public even during a pandemic. Linnell Price, a local 922 member and a 25-year bus operator for the Washington Metropolitan Area Transit Authority, is one of them. She spoke to my colleague Matt McQuaid about her story.
Hi, my name is Linnell Price. I work for WMATA. I'm a Metro bus operator, and I've been here for 25 years. Well, my coworkers and I, we wear masks every day. We hand sanitize, wipe everything down, and just make sure we safe at all times, washing our hands. Our coworkers and I, we're coming to work every day to keep the system moving, keep WMATA moving. We're wearing our masks, taking everything in precautions, keeping our hands sanitized. We have chains on the bus that divide us from the public, so that's a big help as well. And the public is wearing masks as well. They have to wear masks to get on and off the bus as well. So that's a very good step, and I hope it keeps going until this is over with. It feels great to be a Teamster. I've been a Teamster, like I said, for 25 years, and that's just who I am, and I have always been a Teamster. But if we didn't have a union, I don't know if they had, actually now the pandemic is in effect and we can lose our job at any time. So having the Teamsters to back us up, to make sure that we still have our jobs, is a wonderful thing. Everyone needs a union to fight for whatever situation you need to go through. So I will always want to have a job with the union. Well, being a Teamsters and having a union to back you up, we have a sick policy, and that help with the pandemic if you were sick or if you needed a family member to be off that was sick. They have your back, so you just have to, it's great having the Teamsters to have your back at all times. Teamsters, we're all sticking together. We're all doing a great job. I appreciate each and every one of you, and just stay safe. That's all we can do at this point.
Listening to this special episode of the Teamster Nation podcast. The Teamsters want all of our members to stay safe and well in the days ahead. The podcast will be moving to a bi-weekly schedule going forward, so keep an eye out for more episodes from America's strongest union. And be sure to check out www.teamster.org regularly for updates.